Okay, I want to say this and I'm going to be done. I was watching Steve Harvey. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, and they had a couple on there who had three children and they had no rules whatsoever. And they had a teenage daughter. I don't think she was far in her teens, but at the beginning of her teens, who she didn't have no rules or regulations, and she was allowed to go to her boyfriend's house and spend the night. And now that the children are getting a little older, they starting to realize they need some structure, but the reason they didn't give them structure because of the discipline they got when they was children. Let me say this. I got discipline when I was a child. I got whoopings and I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. We wonder why there are so many kids that's doing what they do. You just can't let a child run rapid and you don't provide no structure and no discipline. I mean, sometimes we love our kids so much that we do them more harm than we do good. I'm not advocating you beat them or take a stick and crack them upside their head, black their eyes, and crack their ribs, but I am advocating some discipline. I've seen kids in grocery stores. The mothers is trying to talk to them and they pulling stuff off the shelves. They lay on the floor, they kicking and they're screaming. They used to have a show about the nanny who would come to the house and teach you how to discipline your kids. Do you know labor is hard? It is not a mild thing. It's not like stubbing your toe. Labor is intense. And for you to have a child that you don't want to tell them to sit down or be quiet or don't do this and not provide them any structure, that is just crazy to me. And what's even crazier is to let your teenage daughter just go around and lay up with a boy. That is her reputation. You don't care. And then you have a father in the house and that's okay. I mean, really, where is our mentality? I'm not understanding the concept for some of this. And then you listen to some of these people tell you about how to raise your kids, and they only have a child. So how would they know? Let me ask you, for anybody who's had some structure and some discipline, did it kill you? Did you not make something out of yourself? Or are you a good person? You know how to work in society. You know the do's and don'ts. And all you're doing is create little monsters, really. And I'm not meaning into a bad sense, but if you don't provide them structure at home, how are they going to follow rules and regulations at a job, in the school, or whatever it may be? Or somebody else who's trying to instruct them in an authoritative capacity. You don't want to whoop them. You don't want to make them do nothing. They're tearing up your house. You don't have no control. And the sad part to all of it, you paying the rent. You paying the mortgage, light, gas. You feed them, you put clothes on them, and you don't want to get them some structure. You don't want to whoop them or none of that stuff. But then if they get in trouble, you're talking about, oh, my child, really? This is what you created? This is what you mold? So, and after a certain point, you can't reel that back in. You can't change the mistakes that you made with your children. They are your children. You have to provide them some guidance. They need structure. Love is doing what is necessary for your kids to succeed. It is not going to hurt them when you whoop their behinds when they don't do what they should do. They need chores. They need responsibility. They need to know that everything does not come easy. They have to work for some things. Teach them this, values and morals. You're not helping them, not whooping them. And then this is not to condemn you, but it's not a smart thing to do. Do you realize that? Come on now, get it together.